Hello walkers, and welcome to Astoria, Oregon. It is currently mid-July, about 11 a.m. and it is approximately, let me look this one up, I want to get it right, 17 degrees Celsius and 63 degrees Fahrenheit. We're starting out at the Liberty Theater and the Hotel Elliott. Cross over here. Get you a better look. These classic old buildings. Let's start out with the housekeeping. I want to thank you for joining us. Give us a like, a thumbs up, click that bell to get notified about new videos. And most of all, leave a comment below. Have you been to Astoria? Do you have family here? Any good stories? Any good information or corrections when I get something wrong? I tend to do that. I am wearing a mask because there are mask requirements, and I'm not exactly sure. City Hall is over there. Exactly sure the details, but I do know that it's probably a good policy just to be careful. Better safe than sorry. What else? Astoria. This is 12th Street and Duane Street. And Duane parallels the Columbia River, which is where it's got the Museum of Winds. That's kind of cool. This is a little bit about Astoria. Astoria Tasting Room. Founded in 1811 at the mouth of the Columbia River where it meets the Pacific Ocean. By the Astor Company, John Jacob Astor, furrier and entrepreneur. About 10,000 people live here. Famous, of course, for several movies, but one of them is the Goonies. We will not be going to the Goonie house today. It's about 1.5 miles from downtown. But a lot of cool stuff going on here. Beautiful old buildings from like the 19th century. Early 20th. Sasquatch Sandwich Shop and Reach Break Brewing. Several different breweries here, one of which is, I think, Rogue River. Coming up on 14th Street. Very foggy today along the water. It has cleared up downtown. There's a giant bridge that stretches over the Columbia. Hopefully we'll get a glimpse of that. This is the Hotel Norblad. And over there, I'm not sure what that is. Cool old building. Coming up on 14th Street. And I'm tempted to go up there, but I think what we're going to do is cross over and go down towards the river. Across this way. Love this building. Looks like they've been doing some work on it as well. Hopefully the wind won't be too bad, too noisy. So Duane Street is kind of an east-west one way, and we're coming up on Commercial Street is one way the other way. Parallels. It's the Street 14 Cafe across the street. There is a deep water port here in Astoria. It's a major source of jobs and income for the area. I'm gonna point you up there, see what that's like. That is in the direction of the bridge. Very cool, foggy day. This is the Street 14 Cafe, I mentioned that. And then looks like this is a hotel of some sort. excuse me. Look at this. This rig is ready for touring. Kind of cool. This is Marine Drive. I believe there's still a, or has been, a riverside trolley that goes along here. You can kind of see the tracks. We'll walk over there and get a view of the river. But I think the trolley, in the before times at least, was running. Looks like there's a little stop here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw a sign for it. Love these old excuse me, riverside pilings, and just something reminiscent of the Pacific Northwest with all that moss. This is 14th Street Riverview Park. Pilot House over there. Looks like it might be a restaurant of some sort. You can see these giant ships out here anchored in the mist. Kind of cool. Oh, maybe the Pilot House is a inn or something. There's registered guests on site sign. Oh good, we can see the bridge too. Off into the distance there. It's pretty surreal watching cars go up that bridge because it's so thin and seems so delicate, almost like a carnival ride. 1, 2, 3 ships there. A Coast Guard ship along the dock here. And then you can see the hillside. Up on the hill is the Astoria Column. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but I read about it on Wikipedia, and so can you. Morning.
What is it?
It's a DJI Osmo Pocket. And I'm filming for a YouTube channel called City Walks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Where'd you get those?
Online.
Say it again. Which kind is it?
Okay, I'm back. I had to talk to a guy, or I got to talk to a guy about the camera, which is the DJI Osmo Pocket with the external little mic attachment. And he was curious about it and wanted to know a little bit more, so I took a second to talk to him. Coming back to Marine Drive, you can see kind of down here, and I think there's a pathway that goes all along the river, and what I might do is do a separate walk on that. But first I want to walk downtown a little bit more because it's so cool. And of course I missed the light, so we'll wend our way down to the next crossing. There's Church's Chop House and the Hurricane Ron's Seafood Grill. Wells Fargo Bank, of course. Oregon is the realm, Oregon and Washington, Pacific Northwest, are the realm of the Sasquatch, or the Bigfoot. And so there's a lot of iconography and statues and t-shirt shops and that sort of thing talking about Bigfoot, or referencing Bigfoot. Love these old buildings. Guess we're back on, well, this is, I thought commercial, but I guess it's marine is the one. Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna come back on commercial. Got a little turned around there for a second. Oh, I'm stoked that this mist is rising. Oh, this looks like a cool store. Vintage, Astoria Vintage Hardware. Very cool stuff. As I mentioned, this was Fort Clatsop outside of town, where there's the Lewis and Clark Historical Center. I think I mentioned they wintered here on the Columbia, and then John Jacob Astor established Astoria. There's a great book about that. I think it's called Astoria, about what he was trying to do out here and the history of that and how it eventually utterly failed, I think. But nevertheless, Columbian Cafe. Across the way is Bikes and Beyond. Looks like you can get bike rentals, services, etc. And then the Astoria Coffee House and Bistro. Crossing 11th Street, 11th and Marine here. And take a look beyond the FedEx truck. There's great houses on the hill. Excuse me. This is the Hamani Indian cuisine. Some outdoor seating, which is nice. Kind of cool tables. Little mini picnic tables. Maritime Bar. That looks like a good one. I think what I like about this downtown is there's so few chains, although some cool raw buildings over there. Although there's a Papa Murphy's Pizza. Curry and Cocoa Thai restaurant. That sounds good. Down on, I think this is 9th Street. But we're gonna head this way, I think. Off to the right is the Astoria Event Center, and then off to the left here in this cool building is a Fish House, the restaurant. Cool old wall sign there. I'm kind of liking Astoria. It's got a little bit of grit to it, but a lot of class too. Coming back to Commercial Street. I think we're gonna duck back this way in just a second. Going anyway. It's turned out to be a great day. This is 8th Street and Commercial, also known as Route 30, or Highway 30, I guess. I think there's a really cool building. Here we go. Oh good, I get to cross. This is the county courthouse here. But up here is the Flavel House Museum. It's this awesome old Victorian house. You can see it just coming into view here. And that is pretty cool. Back on Duane Street. Oh, Oregon Film Museum and County Jail over there. That blue building. You know what? Let's go up a little bit, uphill, and see what we can see here. God, that's a cool building. You may hear me huffing and puffing a little bit. But I want to see some of these other old residential things, and then we'll head back downtown. Coming up on Exchange Street here. It's great old Victorian homes. Tell you what, you get your calves working on this living here. Some sort of J. That. Coming up on Franklin Avenue. This is a crazy steep road. You can see they built steps in. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. However, we're gonna make a left here and loop back down to downtown. Maybe get a good, oh yeah, look at that view. Just cross over real quick. You can see the river and downtown, and then we'll head back. Oh yeah. Great view. Look at all the ships. So you can see a mountain poking up above the clouds in the background. Kind of hoping there'd be a street here. Perhaps there's a path. Oh good, there it is. Look at this garden. Huh, I missed the path. Love these old houses. The maintenance on them must be a bear, but they're super beautiful. Is that even how you say that? Super beautiful. Back on 9th, crossing Franklin. Right over here is the, I think the paper, the Daily Astorian, or a paper, I guess. So I think I mentioned the population here is 10,000, and Fort Clatsop, where Lewis and Clark stayed the winter, and the county in which this resides, Astoria resides, is Clatsop County. I believe it's the county seat. Sort of walking down the middle of the street to get better views here. And we're coming back to Duane. We'll go down to Commercial. I assume that it's, since it's a port city, and that may not be a safe assumption, that it's a union town, strong union here. And I've seen a couple different references to that. There's a labor temple and cafe, and there was a workers tavern earlier that we haven't walked by, but I drove past earlier. I'm loving this town. Hard to believe that it's only 10,000 people. Livingston, Montana is 7. I wonder if I'm misremembering that, or it's an old number or something. There's Lewis and Clark Bank over to the left. This is 10th Street. We're just past something called the, excuse me, I'm going to whip us around here, the 1015 Theater, which is obviously closed for now, but it looks like a little playhouse. That's probably pretty cool. Across the way is an old arcade. Looks like it is no longer in business. The Silver Salmon Grill artistic dining up on the corner. Could be good. And off to our right is the Bank of the Pacific. Across the corner there is Godfather's Books and Espresso. Love these old buildings. T. Paul's Urban Cafe. That's cool. Fulio's, that looks like a fancy place to eat. Carruthers. So we're back at the Liberty Theater, where apparently, rumor has it, Clark Gable started his career. But we're going to keep going a little ways. Morning. The Rusty Cup Coffee Shop. I'm wearing my mask temporarily. I pull it down so I can speak better and breathe better when I'm not around people, but then just then I forgot to put it back on. Old Town Framing Company, that looks like a pretty cool place. Cool local art maybe. kind of redone building over there. Oh, dropped my glasses. It's all right. Custard King. Frozen custard used to be a thing. Still is in some places. I just really can't get behind that. Gonna cross over. You can do that without getting hit. All right. Okay, up ahead is the Columbia River Maritime Museum. I love a good maritime museum, super cool. Obviously not crowded today. It says they're open, but I don't know what the current actual situation is. Some more old stuff. Down that way is somewhere is the Goonies house. We're not going today. Some old buoys. Up on the hill is the Astoria column. And then that Victorian building right there is the Heritage Museum. So I want to thank you for joining us today. Oh, the Astoria, an official Coast Guard city. These are Coast Guard boats over here. Thanks for joining us. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. Keep on walking, happy stepping, all that fun stuff. Hit that bell to subscribe, or subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. And best of all, we'll see you next time. Cheers from Astoria, Oregon.